In this video, we're going to be looking at the Stair tool inside of Revit. Now, this is going to be a somewhat of a basic overview for those who are just starting out. If you are interested in more detailed sort of reviews, feel free to reach out in the comments. I'll be putting out some courses in the future. Keep an eye out on our channel or on bimdad.com. So to jump into it, we're going to go to the Architecture tab. And that's where the Stair tool is going to be located in the circulation panel. Now, before I get started with the tool, I want to make sure that I set up my views so that I'm going to be looking at what I'm working on. So first I'll start with the 3D view since it's here. Best thing you can do is select a couple of things that give you the extent you want and use this tool here, selection box or BX. And that gives you a quick section box that crops right down to what you've selected. I'm going to bring this down and then from this Alright, so let's go to the architectural plan. I'm going to open up my first floor. Let's close out level 3. And so I want the first floor so that I know where my runs are going to be. However, it's a little hard to see what's up on the upper floor here, and it's a little bit sort of inconvenient to be opening these two. What I suggest here as a pro tip is on level 1, set up an underlay. What this is it allows you to see other levels without actually selecting them. So I'm going to set up my base level as level 1, top level is level 2, and I'm going to tell it to look up. You can see here, that's the outline of my second floor here. So this gives me a good idea of what I'm trying to do, right? I'm going to go in and start the Start tool. And when you start the Stair tool, the first thing you're going to do is make sure that you're selecting the type of stair you want. This one sounds good here. For the location line, make sure that it's appropriate to what you're trying to do here. And then the offset if you're trying to keep a distance from anything in particular. And then your actual run width, so you can make that whatever you want. Right now it's at 3.8. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. And your base level and your top level will dictate how many risers you're going to have in here. Now, it's saying a desired number of risers is 21. The way that Revit comes to that is it uses the calculation rules that you set for the stair type. So, it's a good idea to have some interior stairs, exterior stairs, as, codes require different sort of maximum riser heights. So in this case, I have one that's set up to 7. I'm going to maybe lower that to something like 6. Actually, I'm going to leave it for the example here. I'm going to hit OK. So you saw that it's set to 7 inches maximum. So what Revit does here, it looks at how to get you closest to that 7 inches. Now this is a little bit of a weird fraction, so I'm going to maybe up this and bring that number down. And you can see here, I can play with that, right? Keep bringing it up till I have a whole number, and that looks good to me. It's a lot of, few extra razors, but so I'm gonna go ahead and use my run left, actually my run right here. So you can see here, if I start a stair, let's say somewhere in here, and I start going up this way, it starts to tell you, right, how many risers you're creating based on where your cursor is. So right there we have 12. I'm going to stop right there and click. And now I actually need to change my run or location line to run left and start here. So you can see here, right, this is my run left. So you're always thinking about left and right as if you're looking up the stairs. You can see here, if I switch it over back to my right, that's not going to work. So I need to make sure that I have it on my left when I draw this one. So I'm going to go ahead and hold my shift key so it's vertical. And there we go. We have our 24 risers altogether. I'm gonna go ahead and not hit done yet. So you can see here, we have some room to move over. And we can either leave that as a long landing or move this this sort of run over. I'm gonna go ahead and move it over for now. So that maybe it lines up with this opening. And I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, move this over so that it lines up with that level upstairs. So we can look at this in 3D and see what it's doing right there. Now, I was doing it all in plan just because I'm used to it, but my suggestion is to always have a couple of views open side by side. I'm gonna tile these. At least 3D and plan. However, if you're trying to match something like a point cloud that needs to be pretty accurate, you want to make sure that you also are cutting some section. So that looks pretty good for now. The other thing that you want to make sure you're using here is the railings. So you can actually tell Revit which railing you want to use. So you can see there is a default as well as some custom ones. And depending on what you want, right, you can do that. I'm going to leave it at, let's see, some glass panel. And then you can decide here where you want it. Do you want it on the tread or the stringer? Now this one has some supports. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the stringer. Let's go ahead and hit done. And there is our stair. So that's been a very quick overview of the Stair tool. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Got any questions? Head over to bimdad.com and let us know. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. See you in the next one.